Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. And the Knicks got a much-needed win tonight over the Cleveland Cavaliers. They did it in blowout fashion. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You may not want to believe it, but I wholeheartedly believe that this was the most important win of the Knicks' young season. That's how I feel about it. I think it was the most important win of the season. Everything came full circle. They got blown out by the Cavs about a week ago, which prompted Steve Mills and Scott Perry to have a press conference that sent the Knicks world on fire. So to bring it back around, full circle, and get the win is big for the Knicks. So let's take a minute. Let's recap the game. And then we'll get into talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this rock.
That's the G.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks came out tonight right from the get-go ready to play basketball. They were ready for this one, ladies and gentlemen. They knew what this game meant, and you see right off the bat, Julius Randle to Frank Ntilikina for the nice lay-in. Marcus Morris pulls it from three. He misses, but Taj Gibson gets the tip in after getting 2 offensive rebounds on one play. The Knicks were ready to play up 4-0 right from the tip. Colin Sexton, that was the guy we had to key in on. He goes to the cup and gets it, letting the Knicks know right off the bat that 31, that last game wasn't a joke. The Knicks knew it. They knew it wasn't a joke. You see him get it once more. Said it wasn't a joke. I'm coming for your neck. I'm coming for your throat. Frank Ntilikina was on guard. He knew what he had to do. You see Mook gets the twos. Colin Sexton once again to the lane, dips it off to Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson puts it in for 2. The Knicks up 10-7 at this point. Frank Ntilikina up the floor. Julius Randle. He had his best game as a New York Knick. Finally, the $63 million man, Julius Randle, once again, going one-on-one, pulls back, knocks it in. Julius Randle kicks it to R.J. Barrett, to Frank. Frank pulls up at the free throw line, knocks it down. This is the Frank we like to see and that we want to see. He's coming to his own. Julius Randle, once again, the Knicks up 20-9 at this point, then 24-10. Julius Randle, once again, knocks it down. Had a hell of a first quarter, Julius Randle did. He got 15 points in the first quarter. Julius Randle was on his game today. Colin Sexton in the paint, floats it in. The Knicks are up 26-12. Again, Julius Randle goes to the cup, lays it in. No Kevin Love there to defend Julius Randle because he was out with injury today. But still, Julius Randle played his best game as a New York Knick. As you see, the Cavs try to keep it close in that first quarter. It's 29-17. Damian Dotson off the bench. He knocks it in from 3. Damian Dotson had a pretty good, that was a 2, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Damian Dotson had a pretty good game tonight. Mitch Robinson hobbled last game on a sprained ankle, but didn't show many signs of it tonight. He played ball. He did his thing. You see Damian Dotson once again with the dribble, goes to the cup, lays it in. Damian Dotson, he had a good game tonight. He had 11 points on the night. And you see the Cavs. They're trying to stick in there. 34-22 as Kevin Porter Jr. goes to the basket, but he gets blocked by Mitchell Robinson. Damian Dotson on the fast break, pulls it back out, but he says, nope, I'll go in again. Kicks it out to Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. going one-on-one. He takes it. Not too many people are going to stay in front of Dennis Smith Jr. when he's ready to explode. Dennis Smith Jr. had 8 points tonight. Few of them in garbage time, but he still had 8 points. Kevin Porter Jr. pulls the 3 and knocks it down. The Cavs shot a lot of threes tonight. All right, they shot a lot of threes. They shot 47.2% from the three-point line, but they were still down by 20 most of the night. As you see him knock down another 3. 36-31, the Cavs tried to make a run here in this second quarter, but the Knicks, they stayed with it. They had energy. They knew what this game meant. Again, Damian Dotson to the cup. Frank Ntilikina showing off some point guard skills. He's starting to get it, ladies and gentlemen. Julius Randle knocks down another 3. Frank Ntilikina to Mook in the post. Move, dribble, spin, lays it in. Marcus Morris had 23 points. One of the few games that Marcus Morris and Julius Randle played well together at the same time on the same night. Bobby Portis knocks in the 3. That's what we brought Bobby Portis here for, folks. We brought him to knock down threes. Julius Randle to the cup. Nice little floater, lays it in. Telling you that man had a monster night. 30 points for Julius Randle. Tristan Thompson, he tried to get his. Tristan Thompson had 9 points on the night. 5 rebounds. Cavs, they try to stay close. They try to push it. They actually cut the Knicks' 20-point lead to 13. Which made me a little, obviously I was a little bit skeptical once they cut it to 13. But still, the Knicks, they were able to do their thing. You see, Julius Randle, once again from 3. He had his best night, one of his best nights from 3 as a Knick as well. I think Julius Randle from 3 tonight, he was 3 for 5. He's been shooting 20% on the season. Frank Ntilikina finds Bobby Portis for the floater in the lane. The Knicks up 62-42 with 2 minutes left, but the Cavs keep pushing. Frank Ntilikina, again, in the lane, goes to the cup. Trying to tell you guys, man, this guy is developing into a point guard in the league. Believe me or not, he is. Colin Sexton from 3. He knocks it down. 64-48. Tristan Thompson kicks it out. Bam. And there you go. Turns into a 13-point lead by half, but now it's 66-51. The beginning at the top of the third as Julius Randle dips it off to R.J. Barrett for the dunk. Frank Ntilikina, nifty move inside, finds Taj Gibson for the dunk. And the Knicks extend the lead back out, 70-51. Cleveland's not going away that easy, at least at this point. See Kevin Porter Jr. race up the floor, lay the ball in coast to coast. These are the type of things that the Knicks got to stop. You can't let a guy just go coast to coast up the floor and score. When you're up 20, I guess you can live with it. But the Knicks aren't always up 20. This is one of the rare games the Knicks were up 20. Rare games the Knicks are up 20 as you see R.J. Barrett race down a loose ball and lays it in instead of just letting the ball be backcourt. That's the kind of effort that the Garden wants to see, the kind of effort that I want to see. Darius Garland with Julius Randle. The Knicks switched again. Not much Julius Randle was going to do there. Mook Morris, he's got the ball. He pulls it up, knocks it in, 79-60 or 80-60 because he got fouled. Kevin Porter Jr., he knocks down the 3. Like I said, the Cavs were hot from the 3-point line tonight. But they had a lot of turnovers too. Damian Dotson, he knocks it down from 3. The Knicks as a team, they shot 34.8% from 3 tonight. On the break, Jordan Clarkson, he gets the dunk. The Knicks up 21 points. Third quarter. You got Kevin Knox finds Bobby Portis on a screen and roll. The Knicks are using that screen and roll more and more and more. It's becoming a staple of the offense, especially with Mitchell Robinson. As you see Darius Garland, he finds whoever that is. I can't even think of the guy's name in the paint for the little mini dunk. Kevin Knox again to the cup. He lays it in. Kevin Knox tonight, he was 2 for 10 from the field for 6 points. We need Kevin Knox to get back in the flow of the game. He was having such a good game, good season earlier, but he gets this one on the break for 2 of his 6 points. Julius Randle bringing the ball up. The Knicks up 25, pulls it up at the top of the key, knocks it down. Again, Julius Randle had 30 points, 7 rebounds on tonight. He also had 4 assists, only 1 turnover on the night. The Knicks up large. Julius Randle, again, with a nice little scoop behind the rim floater. The Knicks go up 24 points, and it was extended garbage time for a while, ladies and gentlemen. Darius Garland goes to the cup. R.J. Barrett brings the ball up. He goes to the cup. R.J. Barrett is just a strong dude, man. You got to give it to him. Again, R.J. Barrett to the cup, followed up by Mitch Robinson. And the Knicks are starting to get points in the paint because of Mitchell Robinson. With Mitchell Robinson being back, I think he's found a nice role, a nice niche, a nice spot as the Knicks are up 27 points coming off the bench. He just looks more comfortable to me. And maybe it's because, the Knicks offense is, they're finding ways to get him involved a little bit better. But he looks a little bit more comfortable in that second unit, in my opinion. Mitchell Robinson tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he had 7 points, 8 rebounds on the night. You see Mitchell Robinson right there. He missed the alley-oop, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Big Mitch Robinson. The Knicks up large. They're up big. 3 minutes left in the game. Now it's just extended garbage time. You know, guys just playing around. Not much defense being played these last 2-3 minutes of the game. Mitchell Robinson from Mook Morris. One more time for the alley-oop. You know, and the Knicks, they put it out there tonight. And it was important. They needed to put it out there tonight. They had to win tonight, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, there's no way that the Knicks were going to be able to. They couldn't lose this game. They couldn't lose this game. They had to have it, and they went out and they got it. They took it. Right? So big shout out to the Knicks for this one. Right? This is obviously the game that all of us should be most proud of this season. Has to be the game that all of us are most proud of this season. All right, very good game by the New York Knicks. Give me a second, man, and we'll go over a whole bunch of the stats and take a look behind a rare blowout by the New York Knicks. And rare it is. But before we get to that, man, we'll listen to Julius Randle as he had his best game as a New York Knick. We'll take a listen to Julius Randle and what it meant for the Knicks to get this win, knowing that we got blown out by this team just a week ago. Julius Randle. Well, not Julius Randle yet. Now, Julius Randle.
Well, Julius, you lead this one start to finish, but I want to go back to that third quarter. That's where you really put this Cavs teams away. What was the game plan at the start of the third?
Just not to get off to a slow start. You know, keep our foot on the gas, keep playing fast, keep playing aggressive. And our biggest thing was just to get stops, so we did that.
This Cavs team came to the Garden 8 days ago. They beat you on this floor. How important was it for this Knicks team tonight to show them that you weren't going to let them beat you twice here at home?
It was big for us. You know, they came in and, you know, really smacked us last time we were here on home court. But it was big. Like we said, we want to protect the Garden. We want to protect home court. And we did that tonight. Such
an efficient game for you. Your first 30-point game here at the Garden with all of these amazing fans. How did it feel to go out and just hoop? I know how hard you've been working.
It was great. You know, the game was slow for me tonight. My teammates kept feeding me the ball, and I was just in a rhythm. And I tried to stay in the rhythm and make the right play the whole night, whether it's me scoring or me passing. So I tried to do that. Hopefully I can just keep building on it.
Congrats, Julie.
Thank you.
And you heard him. All night long, he tried to make the right play. He tried to make the play that was going to be best for him or his teammates. Sometimes the best play was for him to take shots. Sometimes the best play was for him to pass the ball. He did that tonight. All right. Big shout out to Julius Randle for that, because he did that, and I think he did a good job of it tonight. People can say, we can all say what we want about his defense and what he does on the defensive side. The offensive side of the ball of the floor for him tonight came together. It came together for the entire Knicks team. And, of course, we're going to go over the stats a little bit deeper, but the Knicks shot 44.9% from the field tonight, 34.8% from three. That's not bad. All right. They had 47 rebounds. We needed that. It's one of the big keys to the game. The Knicks only had 7 turnovers on the night. Another big key to the Knicks winning this game. Turnovers. We'll go over those stats in a little bit more detail. All right, so big shout out to the Knicks for a big win. Really big win. One thing I do want to say is Coach Fizdale. You know, we talk about the possibility of Coach Fizdale watching this stream, watching this channel, or watching any other channel. It could really be a possibility, folks, because in Coach Fizdale, in one of his post-game interviews, he talked about a player burning himself. If you burn yourself too many times, you finally learn the lesson. You know, I used that same scenario with Guillermo the other day. I'm just saying, folks. For real, I'm just saying. But I used that same scenario with Guillermo the other day. I'm pretty sure Guillermo would tell you he probably remembers himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks won 123-105, and we're going to take a look at some of the numbers behind the game, and then we'll get to some phone calls, and we'll get to some video chat guys and see what these guys have to say about the game. And you know Mark is going to have something to say about Julius Randle, so Mark, I'll be waiting for you to come in too. Let's take a look at some of the numbers behind the game, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, the Knicks won 123-105. The Knicks had 47 rebounds tonight. They out-rebounded the Cavs, which they should have done. The Cavs had 41. The Knicks only had 17 assists. Obviously, we like to see more assists than that, but we'll take it on a night like this, okay? We'll take it. 8 steals by the Knicks tonight, 10 blocks, only 7 turnovers. The Cavs had 19. The story of the game. You see, the last game, the Knicks had 21 turnovers, and the Knicks got blown out. Tonight, the Cavs had 19 turnovers, and they got blown out. The Knicks shot 44.9% from the field. The Cavs, 47.4%. The Knicks were 34.8% from the three-point line. It's okay. Below their average, but it's okay. Could be better. The Cavs shot 47.2% from the three-point line. The Cavs actually took tonight. They took 36 three-point shots. They made 17. The Knicks only took 23. But as Clyde Frazier said, the Knicks were scoring the old school way. Screen and roll, backdoor cuts, give and go. I like that. And the Knicks, they shot 77% from the free throw line. That's getting better. Now, the Knicks didn't have a ton of assists, but they had 30 fast break points. That's because the Cavs were turning the ball over. I will take that in lieu of the assists, because if you're getting those turnovers and then you're converting, right? I'm sorry, that's second chance points. The Knicks had, my bad, folks. The Knicks had 9 fast break points. 9 fast break points. They had 30 second chance points. I apologize about that. But I'll take that too, because that means the Knicks might have been, getting some open shots. They missed them, but the Knicks got those offensive rebounds, which was one of the keys to the game. Getting those offensive rebounds, keeping the Cavs from running. Because the last game that the Knicks played the Cavs, and excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, folks. The last game that the Knicks played the Cavs had 23 fast break points because the Knicks turned the ball over so much. So it was important for the Knicks to take care of the ball, get those offensive rebounds. Because they got those offensive rebounds, they had 30-second chance points. Points in the paint, the Knicks had 54. And it was imperative that the Knicks took advantage of those points in the paint. The Cavs give up 51 points in the game 51 points in the paint per game. So the Knicks got 54. And that was big because the Knicks usually only score about 44 points in the paint. All right? And that was big. Knicks got 54 points in the paint. We needed that. The leaders of the game, Julius Randle had 30 points. Kevin Porter Jr. led the Cleveland Cavaliers with 18. Cedi Osman, he had 8 rebounds. Taj Gibson led the Knicks with 8 rebounds. Tristan Thompson had 1 block. Mitchell Robinson led the Knicks with 4 blocks. And Frank Ntilikina led the Knicks with 6 assists, while Jordan Clarkson led the Cleveland Cavaliers with 4 assists. And it is telling, ladies and gentlemen, that Kevin Porter Jr. was the leading scorer for the Cleveland Cavaliers, because the last game, Colin Sexton went to work. He had 31 points. He only had 14 points tonight. He's 5 for 13 from the field. So the Knicks did a decent job on Colin Sexton. You notice there was less switching tonight. Less switching off of Colin Sexton, which was key to me. Right? Because the more you switch off of Colin Sexton, the more he's going to get caught on Julius Randle, Taj Gibson, and those guys, and he could take advantage of them. All right, the Knicks bench played decent tonight. They had 42 points. All right, 23 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 5 blocks, only 3 turnovers. The bench shot 40% from the field, 25% from 3. The Knicks starters, though, they came to ball. They had 81 points, the starters did. 24 rebounds, 13 assists, 6 steals, 5 blocks, 4 turnovers. They shot 48% from the field. The starters shot 45.5% from 3, mainly due to Julius Randle. right? Because Julius Randle was 3 for 5 from the three-point line. Our other starters that took threes, Marcus Morris was 1 for 3. RJ Barrett was 1 for 1. Frank Ntilikina was 0 for 2. All right, so it was Julius Randle that was really hot from that three-point line for the Knicks and for the starters. The players of the game, the NBA players of the game, you know, they do the fantasy score and all that good stuff. Julius Randle, he's the player of the game for the Knicks, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, and only 1 turnover. Kevin Porter Jr., he had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 blocks, 1 steal, and 3 turnovers for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Good game for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Really good game for the New York Knicks. Really good game. RJ Barrett, by the way, he had 15 points tonight. RJ Barrett was 5 for 13 from the field. He had 15 points. All right, Taj Gibson, he had 7 points. Marcus Morris, as I mentioned while we were looking at the highlights, he had 23 points. Frank Ntilikina had 8 points. The only other person in double digits was Damian Dotson with 11. But it was good balance scoring across the board. Dennis Smith Jr. with 8, Mitchell Robinson with 7, Kevin Knox with 6, Bobby Portis with 7, Wayne Ellington, he had 3. Alonzo Trier did not play due to the coach. Did not play coach's decision. And, there's still questions about why Alonzo Trier is not playing much. But it's hard to question when you win like this, right? It's hard to question anything if you're going to get wins like this. Coach Fizdale, you guys keep getting wins like this, no one's going to question anything. A good win by the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Good win by the New York Knicks. Let's see who's jumping in the video chat. I know there's some guys getting ready, trying to get in the chat. Let's see who these guys are. We got Isaiah. It's just Isaiah for right now, ladies and gentlemen. So before we get to the video chat, let's take a listen to Frank Ntilikina, see what Frank Ntilikina had to say about tonight's victory. All right. And like I said, Frank Ntilikina is coming into his own, ladies and gentlemen. He's playing with more confidence. His shot isn't always falling. Tonight, Frank Ntilikina was 3 for 7 from the field. But he's playing with confidence when he has the ball in his hands. That's what you want. Let's take a listen to Frank Ntilikina.
Game. How did you get this Cavs team off rhythm from the start through the fourth?
By being really aggressive from the start. We knew they came out here really aggressive. The last game we played them with them 2 guards who are very talented, so we decided to be aggressive on them, and it worked tonight.
You're talking about the backcourt aggressive last Sunday, but then tonight, a great job keeping those guys out of the paint. What was the key to stopping that inside penetration to make sure they couldn't kick out to those 3-point shooters?
Team defense, working on pick and roll, being aggressive, stepping out to deny their rhythm, and after just closing out to the passes and contain. So we did a good job at that. The bigs did a great job at talking and communicating, so it was a step up tonight.
Julius Randle, his first 30-point game here at the Garden, and you guards were looking for him all night long. But how great was it to see him find that rhythm, find that efficiency?
It was amazing. It just felt like the game was so easy for him, and we're just so happy for him, and we're gonna try to build on that, make easy plays for him and for the whole team. So like I said, it's a step up tonight, so we're going to try and build on that.
Yes, that's what we got to do. We got to try to build on it, man, because the schedule that's coming up, crazy schedule. Actually, when you look at the next 3 games, 2 to 3 games, though, are games that we can win. We played the Nets, we played the San Antonio Spurs, and we'll get a chance to look at the schedule. All right, we'll break it down into 3-game increments, so we're not looking too deep and too far. So the next 3 games, man, we got 2 of those games that we can win. We really do. 2 of them we can win. And then we'll see what happens versus the Philadelphia 76ers. But the Knicks tonight, they won. They've won 2 out of their last 3 games. Laugh if you want to. But it is the truth. We've won 2 of the last 3. Give it up to him, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up to him. All right, give it up to him. Isaiah, I'm coming to you, bro. What's good, man?
How you doing today, son? What's going on?
I'm chilling, man. I feel good. We just got us a nice win tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm happy about that.
Oh, man, I'm happy too, man. We definitely needed this win. Shout out to the Knicks. Yeah, man, there's nothing negative you can say today, man. Besides guarding the three, that's pretty much it, but that's normal. Great team win, great all around for everybody. Man, Sim, I'm listening to you, man, and it feels good that, I feel like Frank is finally becoming a leader. And, you could just hear it in his voice, hear it in his actions, that what he's doing. It's to me, it's like so amazing how, man, Sim, just imagine, having patience with a 21-year-old, see how far it takes you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to hear him say that he's finally getting it. And it's just, just all the good around, man. Great win. I love that Frank's becoming more of a point guard. And he's becoming his own. And, yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's build on this one. I'm going to Philly, representing everybody.
Okay,
the
you're gonna
MBK fam.
Wait a minute. You say you're going to Philly. The game's not in Philly, is it? Is the game in Philly? I thought the game was home.
Yeah, the game's in Philly.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Philly.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to win in Philly. You know that already. It's gonna be tough to win in Philly, but you got to go there and represent. You got an NBK shirt or something? I mean,
I still got the NBK shirt. I got you, man. I got a bucket hat.
Well, you got to go represent, man. You got to go rock the NBK shirt and represent.
I'm little Russell, man. I'm little Russell.
All right. You got to do that, man. You got to do that. I mean, since you're going, how you getting there? You driving, taking the train?
I'm driving.
Okay. Well, shoot, you might as well take another 2-hour trip and come down my way.
Hey, wait. You know what? Actually, I'm off on Thursday. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I can get you in the gym and crack you open real quick. You know what I mean?
Whoa, first of all, first of all, I want everybody to know that tape that we did.
City for real? What's popping, bro? What's good with you, man? Nobody want to hear his lies, man. Nobody want to hear those lies that he's getting ready to tell. What's good with you, bro? What's happening, man? How you feel about what you saw tonight?
What's good, Sam, man? I feel good because we got the W, of course. You already know that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we should be at 500, man.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what I'm saying? But I like the intensity, and I like that we played, a full 4 quarters. Although we did not win the fourth quarter, which I wish we would have, because that probably would have been the only game that we had that we've won all quarters. But all in all, we got the W. So that's what's up. And then second, I just want to say kudos to whoever was at third quarter who shouted out the ball don't lie on the free throws that I can't remember his name, but that the other guy was shooting. I want to say kudos for that because, they pay whoever it was, they pay homage to Sheed, man, and I respect that.
No doubt. How you feel about Julius Randle's game tonight?
You know what? It's like I told the entertainer, I said this is the Randle that everybody's been looking for. It's the Randle that we've always wanted to see, and I'm glad it finally showed up. To where, you know what I'm saying? He played efficient. He barely played with his back to the basket. And that's what I like seeing is the growth of him. Because, the first couple of games, however many games it was, he was playing with his back to the basket a lot. And there was turnovers. There was, fouls called, turnover. And he stopped that and he started playing downhill. And that was one of the things everybody was rooting for. Everybody was looking at. Especially me, anyways. I kept saying, please don't play with your back to the basket, man. I know you can do it, but just don't do it every time you get the basketball.
Right.
Every time he got the basketball, that's what he was doing. He was just dribbling back to the basket. Face up, see the court, and so I like it. I like it. This is the Randle that we've been waiting to see, and it finally happened. So big ups
And now Peter
to
against
Julius.
the bigger.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I'm really impressed with about Julius Randle the past couple of games. He's really been trying to figure out how to play within the offense, right? And figure out how to pass the ball when he doesn't have a shot, how to not force it. I mean, it was so bad in the beginning of the season watching him force, right? But now he is learning how to get the ball out of his hands quicker, recognize I don't have a lane, I'm going to get it out of my hands, let somebody else go. And it's helping him. It's helping him. He had 30 points tonight, and he still did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it. I hope he continues, and I hope it continues to happen for him. I hope it continues to happen for him because he was looking really, really bad. That first week of the season, he was looking really bad. You know what I mean? So hopefully it continues to happen for him. He continues to learn how to play and share the ball. Hopefully he can continue to learn and take that with him. You know what I mean?
Last couple of games, he's been doing a good job, man.
He's been doing a decent job of it. And the thing is, if you watch from game to game, you've seen the growth. You have seen the growth. There was one particular play tonight where he caught the ball on the wing and he turned. And I was like, he's about to force it, isn't he? He's about to go and force it. Instead, he passed it to Damian Dotson and got out the way. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, good. But it's easy to do that when your shot is falling. Right? That's what I'll be looking for. When your shot is falling and you already got 26, 27 points, it's easy to be like, nah, I don't got it. I'm going to get it out. Let's see if he can do that when his shot isn't falling, when he's not hitting.
Yo, can we talk about this,
what I
Tim?
mean?
Can we talk about this? One thing we've been harping team for, free throws, man. Last couple of games, man.
Last couple
we've
of
been
games,
up
they've been
in the
knocking them down.
70 percentile, and which is good. Which is good because, bro, that makes us no longer in the bottom of the barrel. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
True.
It's hard to win games when you're shooting 60. What were we shooting? I can't remember the exact number. It was 60-something.
We were shooting like 64%. 64%. So last game we shot like 80% or something like that. Tonight I think we shot 77%. So that's a good deal. Good deal. Let me get back to you.
That makes a big difference, man.
Big difference. I'm going to get to a phone call, all right? I'll be back to you. All right. Let me see. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's poppin'?
Blue Black, it's time. Shout out to the chat. What's good, son?
I'm chilling, man. I feel good, man. I feel real good.
Yeah.
I feel real good. We got that win tonight, man.
It always makes the night better when the Knicks win.
Always. And not just a win, man. This was a big win for me. I'm telling you, it's a big win, man, because if the Knicks would have gotten blown out tonight by the Cavs, if they would have lost, it would have been some of that Brown stuff hitting the fan, I think. If they would have got blown out, a whole lot of that Brown stuff would have hit the fan, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that they got that win. Really good that they got this win tonight. We'll see if we can build on it and move into go to Philadelphia. Tell me what did you see tonight?
Some highlights that I want to point out. You was talking about Randle. So right off the bat, one of the things that I was saying about him, and I love that he did it today, was made quick decisions.
Yeah.
I remember early, like one of the first three games or so, I was saying it was very reminiscent of Melo holding the ball and how much effective Melo was when he made quick decisions, whether it's shoot, pass, drive, whatever you're gonna do, read the defense and do it within the first 2 seconds of you getting the ball.
Right.
And he did that tonight. He shot the mid-range jumper. He basically took what the defense gave him. Mm-hmm. And if he does that and is efficient, shoots a decent percentage, that's going to change a whole lot. the two things that I've been calling out about the Knicks all year, which I say we would have won at least 4 more games if it wasn't for turnovers and free throws. And as long as that improves, I think we could win at least a decent clip.
Okay.
Everything else that's wrong, we could work on and fix. But that stuff is stuff that, is obviously our that's stuff that we're giving away. You're giving away with these missed free throws, and you're leaving points on the floor, and you're giving away easy basket opportunities or taking away a possession from yourself with the turnovers.
Right.
So, I mean, that was the best thing I like to see from tonight.
Okay.
It wasn't the score per se. If you control those two things, I think we'll be in good shape.
I seen, something that I seen tonight. I seen way more off-ball movement tonight. Like when Julius Randle had the ball on one side of the floor, I seen people moving and cutting on the other side of the floor. Right. And listen, the Cavs, and people can say, well, you played the Cavs are not a good team and da-da-da. And they're not. That's the truth. They're not a good team at all. But they came into this game 15th in the league in defensive rating. So they're right in the middle of the pack. Right. And we've seen the Knicks play terrible against worse defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, is the offense coming along? I mean, we scored the most tonight. We scored 123 points tonight. Is it coming along, or is it just because of who we played? Because, look, we shot 44.9%, 34.8% from 3. So it's not like we were, just blazing hot all night long. Now, obviously, we scored.
You know what it was, though? Number one, I can guarantee without seeing any box scores, we had way more possessions. Offensive rebounds saved us. There was times we had 3-4 offensive rebounds in one possession.
Right.
Right. So that, if we continue that, which I think we've been leading the league in offensive rebounds already. So
we lead the league in second chance points. We lead the league in second chance
score
points.
Off of them. Again, that'll be another plus for us.
Right. We had 30 second chance points tonight. We lead the league in second chance points. So, yeah, definitely. That's big. We had 98 shot attempts tonight. The Cleveland Cavaliers had 76 shot attempts tonight. Yeah.
I mean,
only for the Knicks.
That's your percentage will go down, but the fact that you have 20 more shots than a team, chances are you could live with that bad shooting percentage.
Yeah. So we took 8 more shots than the Cleveland Cavaliers. We took 8 more shots than them. Now they took 9 more 3-point shots than us. No, I'm sorry. They took 13 more 3-point shots than us. They made 9 more 3-point shots than us. We only shot 23 threes tonight. We were 8 for 23. They were 17 for 36 from the 3-point line. All right. So they and then field goals as a whole, as far as 2-point baskets, that means that they made 19 2-point baskets while they made 17 3-point baskets. From the free throw line tonight, they made 16 free throws. They were 16 for 30. We made 27 free throws. We were 27 for 35. Yeah. But
and one last shout out as far as the team, Dotson needs to continue to get this minutes. I think he's due for a breakout year. To be honest, he's another guy that's super poised. Kind of sticks to what he does well the most, and has worked on the stuff that he wasn't great at. His shot creating his own shot. He's gotten a lot better at that. And that's not his main strength, but I don't cringe when he tries it. I just have a feeling that if he keeps getting his minutes, he's due to have a breakout year and a couple phenomenal games for us.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, listen, he plays defense. He can go from the 2 to the 3, so he can play multiple positions on offense. He can defend multiple positions on defense. Fizdale likes to switch. He wants to switch. So the fact that Damian Dotson can play multiple positions, just feeds into that switching. You know what I'm saying? The defense that they want to play. Yeah, so big kudos to the Knicks, man, for a very, very
shout
good
out to Fizdale for not just switching but also trapping up high. I think that was a big difference in the defense tonight.
Yeah.
The point guards, it at least slowed them down and stopped a lot of the penetration that's been killing us.
Yeah. Yep, they did a lot more. They found ways to get the ball out of Colin Sexton's hands because we've been having trouble with quick, fast guards all season long. So we found a way to get the ball out of his hands. We did less switching on Colin Sexton. You've seen Frank Ntilikina, RJ Barrett. You've seen these guys fighting over screens. Or you see Mitchell Robinson or whoever, was the big man hedge the ball handler while the guard recovered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there was less switching, which meant, there were less times when a guard was caught or when the guard had the mismatch with one of the bigs. So that that was a big positive, a big thing. That was a big key, a big thing that I harped on is that we got with someone with the speed of Colin Sexton, you can't continuously switch because if you do that, it's going to be a problem. And we did it less tonight. So that's a big thing. Hey, Tony, man, I don't know if you're going to be able to join the video chat, bro. But I appreciate you, my brother.
You're going to be on for at least an hour, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's already been 43 minutes, but I
next.
should be on for another hour. I should be on for another 45 minutes or so.
All right, I'll be in there in like 20 minutes.
I bet.
One.
Peace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks had a good win tonight. There's a lot of questions still, but these are good questions, though, that we're asking tonight. So, is the offense coming together? That's what I want to know. Are you starting to see the offense click a little bit? I can tell you one thing. We're seeing something that we can say is a staple. That screen and roll, we're getting good at it. I didn't look up to see, how many screen and rolls we ran tonight and the efficiency of the screen and roll. I will take a look at it. I'll find it, take a look at it. But the screen and roll is getting better. It's the reason why Mitch is getting dunks at the basket. And you see we're attempting it more and more. Kevin Knox attempted it twice with Mitchell Robinson. They didn't convert it, but they attempted it. Right? We're finding it with Taj Gibson. We're finding it with Mitch. And this mix with Taj Gibson starting and Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench is working very well. Right? I think Mitchell Robinson is kind of in a comfort zone coming off the bench. He looks comfortable on the floor. Not to mention they're using this pick and roll to get him involved in the offense. When we first started the season, he was a little bit lost out there. But you know why he was a little bit lost? Because there were guys that needed the ball in their hands to do something. Julius Randle, Marcus Morris, they were having the ball in their hands, trying to do this or trying to do that. And so Mitch was just kind of like, okay, where do I go? What do I do? Playing in his second unit, see, Taj Gibson knows what to do. He knows how to play without being part of the offensive system or being part of the offensive game plan as far as getting the basketball. He knows what to do, which is good. Mitch, being, in that second unit, and with that second unit, you're still sometimes playing with Frank. You got DSJ. Sometimes RJ Barrett is out there, right? But he's part of the offensive game plan of that second unit, which I think is really benefiting Mitch. It's really benefiting him, and you're seeing it a lot. Now he's getting comfortable out there on the floor. Right? So that pick and roll is becoming something that's a staple of the Knicks offense. You're seeing it a lot. You're seeing him attempt to convert the screen and roll to Mitch Robinson. So, I don't know. What do you think, man? Are we starting to get some offensive rhythm? We had it tonight. We had it tonight. We had a good offensive flow tonight. Even though we didn't shoot that well from the field. I mean, we shot okay from the field. I don't mean to say we didn't shoot that well. We didn't shoot this astronomical percentage from the field. It's just kind of normal, just kind of average. We still scored 123 points. Second chance points, and we made free throws. That's a big part of it. Savvy, coming to you, bro. Savvy, what's good, man?
What's up, Sim?
I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm doing well, buddy. I'm doing well. It's good to be back in the chat. Shout out to the YouTube chat, and shout out to the show, man. Best Knicks show on YouTube, bro.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for that. Tell me, is this offense starting to click a little bit?
Absolutely, it's starting to click, and it's beautiful to see. I've actually been wanting to talk about the offense clicking a couple of nights now, but I keep on missing my opportunities to get in. What I like that we're doing right now is that, for better or worse, we're making decisions about what's going to happen with these players, and it's happening. November. So that's a decent time frame. You and I were talking, earlier about hoping it doesn't take until February to start getting some defined roles. But even though we might be upset now about not seeing as much Alonzo Trier, we're getting players into positions where we can have a gap of space where we can put in a guy like Dotson and let him show us what his case is to make for having a position on the roster. Okay, I love the fact that we've decided, okay, we're going to go with Taj Gibson, who has been playing better than I expected him to play. And we're going to let him start. We're going to let Mitch come off the bench. And they're going to do their niches to an extent on a consistent basis where we can schedule our efforts around them. We can make plays around them. We can plug them in and get these matchups right. You know what I mean? And we've been winning a lot of rebounds, and we've been getting a lot of second chance points just by doing that with our big men.
Yeah. And Mitch is killing it with second chance points, man. Listen, he's not one of those strong rebounders that's just going to bull guys out the way. He uses his length. From time to time, I do see him box some people out, but he uses his length, and then he finds a way to tap that ball to himself, get those offensive rebounds. And when you're a team that doesn't shoot that well from the field, you really need those offensive rebounds. And the Knicks are doing it. They lead the league in second chance points.
Yes. And he's tenacious too.
Yes.
I love the development just in his attitude, from last season to now. And it seems like ever since he came back from his concussion protocol, he's been eager to maintain that intensity that we saw flashes of before he got hurt. Okay. And I love to see that. And I'm seeing that from a couple of guys on our roster. I'm seeing that from him. I'm seeing that from Dotson. I'm seeing that from Frank. Okay. Attitude development that I feel like is going to go a long way when it comes to communication and our efforts during home games and our energy when we come out. You know what I mean? Like tell me the last time you even fantasized of Frank Ntilikina doing something like coming out the gate with a give and go like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fantasize about Frank Ntilikina, but
I don't either, but you know what I mean? But
I'm just messing with you. But I'm just joking with you. I'm just joking with you.
You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just joking with you. But yeah. I mean, listen, Frank Ntilikina is doing things like getting in the lane down low and then finding on that pass to Taj Gibson. I think it was in the second quarter. He was in the lane and he's down low and he's holding the guy off, with his back, and then boom. He finds Taj Gibson, things like that. He's learning, and you can see the development coming game after game after game. And I'm not worried as much about the scoring if he's scoring a bunch of points. I'm worrying about the other stuff that I'm seeing on the floor. And the Knicks, Coach Fizdale, the players, they value what Frank Ntilikina is doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The person that I'm starting to worry about in this whole point guard rotation now is Dennis Smith Jr. And it's funny because the beginning of the season, everybody was, oh, Frank's out of the rotation. It's going to be Alfred Payton and Dennis Smith Jr., right? I was one of the people that was like, well, let's not say that yet. Maybe that's what it looks like. But I remember saying, remember Emmanuel Mudiay last year. We thought Emmanuel Mudiay was the last guy. He was going to be out of the rotation. He wasn't going to get any playing time. He ended up being the starter, right?
Yeah.
Right now, Frank Ntilikina, as games continue to go and we continue to play, he's starting to separate himself from DSJ a little bit. I feel that he is, right? I feel like just when I'm watching the games, I just feel like Fizdale's beginning to trust him more with the basketball, trust his decision making, and of course, trust his defense. Now I'm a little bit worried about what happens to Dennis Smith Jr. when Elfrid Payton comes back, right? Because Dennis Smith Jr. was one of the guys that at the beginning of the season, we all thought it was key for him to take a step forward in order for the Knicks to do as well as we thought that they could do. He's not taking that step forward so far, and I don't know if it's injury. I don't know if he's thinking too much. I don't know if he's confused about what he needs to be doing. If he's just not playing if he's just not playing without thinking, I'm not sure. But it looks like to me like he's now, well, obviously, clearly, I'm sure most people can see it. He's now taking a step back.
Okay. And I'm glad that you brought up the keys to our team's advancement that we're talking about preseason, right? Because I was never one of the people that felt like he in particular was key to our future. I felt like if one of either him or Frank was able to do it, and we just had an okay, display from Peyton, then we'd be all right. I don't think we could get super far without a marquee guy at the one. But as long as we had those two guys to depend on, I thought we'd be all right. And I didn't care whether it was DSJ, Frank, or Peyton, occupying those two essential spots. But now that we see what's going on, it's just evident to how deep the team is. The cream is rising to the top. I'm not going to begrudge him the time that he has been deprived of opportunities because he's either been hurt or he's been going through his family tragedy. And what I'm seeing from DSJ lately is very, very clear loss of energy, and I don't want to say ambition. That seems kind of permanent, but the hunger doesn't seem like as salient as it did, that first season. And I feel like just the ride, the roller coaster he's been on from being drafted by the Mavericks, and then coming over in the trade, and then everything that happened in the offseason and in this season has taken its toll to an extent where he needs to just find his claws again. You feel me? And it's going to take time. Let's see how much time he has in order to display that, because Peyton's going to be back in the game hopefully pretty soon and showing us some things that we need to see from him.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. He's out there, he's giving effort, and he's not standing still as much as he used to.
You talk about Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah. But that's true of the whole team. A lot of guys are moving off the ball a lot.
Yes. And we've seen that today. We've seen that a lot more today in this game. We've seen guys moving off the ball. Not as much standing around watching. Ball movement, man movement. The offense looked a little more just impressive to me today. More impressive. And let me get to Guillermo, see what Guillermo thinks. Guillermo?
Yo,
what's good, man? What's good? Now, I want to ask you, because one of the things that you mentioned earlier, or not earlier, but in a couple of streams ago, is that you still don't see something that you could point to as a staple I think that I'm starting to see it with this screen and roll to Mitch and to even to some of the other bigs because I'm seeing it a lot.
Well, it's interesting, right? So, and again, you have to see something for several games, right? And it is the Cavs. I'm not issuing on the Cavs, but it is the Cavs. But like
It
I
is the
texted you earlier
Cavs, but
today.
it is the
Oh, no,
Cavs,
and
but
I'm not taking. Look, we're the Knicks, so I'm not saying we're better than anybody.
no. But what I'm
don't-
saying is, it is the Cavs, but they came into the league with the 15th best defense in the league.
Yeah,
right?
so I mean,
The 15th best defense, and they were they're giving up I think it was 100. I forgot what it is, 107 points per game or something like that, which was like 11th in the league. Right, so a fairly decent
solid
defense.
team. Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, yeah. I mean, what I saw, and I texted you earlier today with defense, right? That switching, and people like when people think about switching, they think that we got to stop thinking about it in this draconian way of basketball, right? You can switch, but it just depends on the context. Like you mentioned last stream, Sim. You can switch sometimes. You sometimes have to get around that screen, right? I just
Right.
feel that with a team that with a front court that's not as act now. Today, what I saw today was amazing, and Tony Kroos pointed out that sequence I text you about where even though Mitch got the foul at the end, they in that same sequence you saw them switch, you saw them trap, and you saw them peak where at least the on the pick and roll, the big guy came, helped out, and then ran back to his other man, his regular man, to wait for the other guy to come in and recover on the open shooter, which I thought was like it was clinical. I'm gonna try to find where that play was because I was able to watch like only because I was at a charity event, so I was able to only watch little bits and pieces of the second half, mostly the second half, and parts of the first half. But that right there, and I know that look, we blew these guys out, but I saw a little other really good defensive stops. I was like, all right, the hustling and also the smarts on defense. If we could have that night to night, and again, this game is so weird because we did things that were good, and then things that were like, damn, but it's still good, right? So a guy just ran a scoring 30 points in the first half. It's good. I'm not issuing it at all. But it's not sustainable in the sense of that I would have liked to see those points spread out. And I'm not just random. But for me to say that things are going more consistently, if I saw that spread out amongst other guys, then I'd have more faith in the offensive system versus one guy having a really good game.
But it kind of was spread out. It kind of was spread out.
It was.
But listen,
Morris had like 20 something.
But listen,
Frank had 6. Dotson had 11. I'm not taking that away from Randle. I'm just saying that.
No. But listen, I know what you're saying. You're saying you would have a little bit more faith if the scoring was more spread out. But you got Randle with 30. You got Marcus Morris with 23. You got R.J. Barrett with 15. You had Damian Dotson with 11. Right? Then you got Taj Gibson with 7. Dennis Smith Jr. had 8. Bobby Portis had 7. Mitchell Robinson had 7. It was pretty spread out, I think.
It was good. But what I mean though, and please guys don't take it like I'm itching on Randle. I'm extremely happy that he got it. But it's like I just don't want it so that we are getting wins when, like I said, one or two guys have superlative games, right? Morris and Randle, right? And yes, it was spread out somewhat. I'm not taking that away from anybody. Please don't take it as that. It's just that when I see this offense, what this offense reminds me of, or what we're trying to do, but we don't have the point guards to do it per se because they don't penetrate as well. I was watching the Suns offense, right? And the Suns a little bit, like Ricky Rubio in terms of penetration, it's like, damn, it works perfectly for that team. We have a bunch of scorers. You have your scorers in position. You don't have to have them try to dribble, drive, and create as much. But I think that's what we're trying to do, where we have a point guard who basically initiates the offense versus more off ball versus point forward type of play or effective point forward out of side runner. So look, what the thing that we hang our head on tonight, especially, was the defense. People trying to say I'm happy we won. Guys, trust me. I'm just saying that when I look at the offense, it was good in spots. I'm not taking away. It was good, but I just don't know if it's sustainable, especially with the talent that we have now. But as long as our defense is what it was tonight, where you saw guys active on the switch and then smart. Even though I still saw Randle, I want to punch him in the back of his head. He had a few plays where he's just lagging. I don't know what it is. They need to run drills, or basically they're just screaming at Randle and say, "Randle, where's your man? Randle, where's your man? Randle, where's your man?" throughout the whole thing. Because I saw where today where literally Randle was lagging, and if this guy made a few points here and there, it would have been a closer game. Maybe the Knicks still win, but overall, I was happy with what I saw with the team. These guys, Taj Gibson, Mitchell Robinson, Dotson, Frank, RJ, in terms of defense, I love it. Active, And Morris too, active with the hands, active with the move, and aware. You saw guys literally sim. I can't remember which play it was, but I think it was Morris. I'm gonna say Morris or Taj. I can't remember who it was. And their guy wasn't really in the play, and they saw themselves basically like in no man's land, and they hustled back to their guy. Like it was so small, but the nuance of that fundamental to know where your guy is and not a lot of open guy. Maybe that shows that whatever Fizzle's trying to teach the guys in the film room, maybe it's getting to him. Maybe they know that he might get fired, so maybe they like this guy so much they're trying to take his job. But what I saw tonight defensively, if we could keep doing that, being active on the switches and defend that perimeter sim, that's something we could build off of. So
Yeah, it
please
is.
don't
It
take
is.
out.
It is.
I'm
It is.
hating. I'm
And
just
I
trying to.
think that they understood the importance of this game too. And with that being said, they've got to understand the importance of every game, not just one game. You know what I mean? Just to throw a couple of numbers out there for you. Julius Randle tonight, he shot about 17% of the shots. That's not bad. He had 17 shot attempts. Marcus Morris had 13. RJ Barrett had 13 shot attempts. Damian Dotson had 10 shot attempts. Kevin Knox had 10 shot attempts. He only made 2 of them, but he had 10 shot attempts.
Hey, you know what, Sim?
It's not
You know
bad.
what, Sim, on Randall? Can I say something real quick on Randall? You know what? You know what I'm happy about? And I don't know if it's a growth thing or whatever. The team realized that Randall had the hot hand, and they kept feeding him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very positive thing because we've seen guys like Trier, we've seen guys like Tim Hardaway in the past. When the guy's on fire, like when Beasley in that game, and it's like, nah, I want to eat too. And it's like, are you serious? So,
Right.
hey, they kept feeding the hot hand until it wasn't hot
what I
anymore.
want to
So,
see, what I want to see is, let's say tomorrow, let's say what's today? Monday. Let's say Wednesday
this game
night,
Wednesday.
right? When we play Philadelphia. Let's just say, I hope his shot's going. Let's just say Julius Randle wasn't hitting because he did a really good job tonight of not forcing the issue. Yeah, he catch the ball out on the perimeter or wherever he caught the ball. He doesn't see a lane. He passed it off. Got the ball out of it. Just a simple pass to the person next to him. Nothing funny, nothing crazy, right? I want to see if he does that when he's not hitting because it's really easy to do that when you've already got 27 points, right? It's really easy to be like, okay, I'm going to just get the ball up. But let's see what happens when he's shooting 40% from the field or 38%. Does he
I
do
agree,
the
and
same
that's
thing?
where that defense has to come in because when you are not playing well, Sim, offensively, you can't. And Walt Clyde Frazier says all the time, you can't let that affect your defense, man. Because again, you could be 4 for 20, you could be having a crappy night, or 2 for 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you can make it up on defense, if you get the rebounds on the boards that keeps the game within parameters, and you guys win, that bad shooting night, it gets erased, man.
The only area that I'm going to disagree with you is, you say, we can't keep relying on one guy to have, 30 points or whatever it is on a night. But most teams that have a star, that star scores 25 to 30 points every night, and they're relying on that guy. You know what I'm saying? So
we don't have that star. That's
we
the
don't
whole
have
point.
that star. We don't. But that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like that. Nights when somebody scores 25 to 30 points, they're gonna play really well and win. We don't have that star. So yeah, you want it to be spread around. But even on teams where they do have a star, it's still sometimes a spread around. But you still need that star to be able to take the game over. So it's gonna be like that for our team, and it's gonna be different guys each night. But what we need to have consistently is that at least one guy is that good every night.
Yeah,
That's the
you know who
problem
I actually
with
want
us.
to start seeing in those situations, because Fizzo doesn't, and a lot of coaches, it's not just Fizzo, but a lot of coaches don't believe when it comes to crunch time, they just go ISO, right? They don't really rely on gameplay, on off ball or certain set screens and things in the crunch time. I want to start seeing them create plays for, and not just necessarily just ISO top of the top of the key. I want to see him start creating plays at the end of the game for RJ. And I know, look, he's not getting calls, right? But the fact that he can slash so effectively, I mean, for a kid that young, and I know that his left is his bread and butter, but you would have expected him coming from the college game to struggle driving to the basket. And I mean, he's slithery. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, you've seen him execute. And the thing about it is that, a guy like Randall, he's a big guy it's not like if it's Randall, like he's playing like Shaq posting down low. You know what I mean? So I want to see Fizzo. Look, if he's not going to run plays for guys like Dots, whatever, or Ellington to hit a three, the end of the game or whatever, I want to see more plays for for RJ, because RJ can also pass better off the dribble, I think, than Randle. And we need a guy who, look, if we don't, Frank is not doing it, DJ is not doing it, a point guard who could dribble, drive, penetrate like a John Moran or whatever. Have RJ Barrett do that. You know what I mean? Like create off of him. Stop trying to create off the big ticket item. You know what I mean? So when we play the Sixers on Wednesday, it's gonna be interesting because yes, they have Tobias Harris. I don't know what their stats are right now, but obviously if Embiid's playing, you're gonna have a hand. It can't be another Andre Drummond game where we allow their centers to abuse us, them come to the basket, and then be able to space out the floor when they want to. I want to see smart play on Simmons, back up off him, force him to shoot. And I want us to see us double team at the right time. I want to see what we showed tonight against the Sixers. So, I'm happy with the Knicks. I'm not complaining. I'm happy, man. It's a good thing. I don't want to see a guy fired, man, even though I don't like Fizzo, but it just sucks to see a guy fired. But this defense, what we did tonight on the perimeter, man, that should be our bread and butter. No matter if we don't score 100 and some points, our bread and butter is that we're going to make you feel it on defense. If you shoot it, like tonight when Tristan Thompson had that play on Mitch, when I texted you, I think he had about like 4 seconds on the clock. If you get the ball in someone's hands, 4 seconds on the clock, and they're not even a tertiary scorer, that's a win. You know what I mean? And they're not close to the basket, that's a win. That's how the Knicks should get it. We're gonna force these guys to try to get it to the guy who ain't hot, and he has to make a play. We're gonna hound all their best players, man. Like that should be our identity. 99 out.
No doubt. All right, I'm gonna do a couple of super chats. I want to, thank a couple of people in the super chats, and I'm gonna come back to the video chat soon. Ladies and gentlemen, you can call in 516-405-2246. Also, I want you to remember, if you're buying tickets to the game, use SeatGeek. SeatGeek.com. Go to SeatGeek.com. You can go in the description of this video, or you can just click a link and use the code NBK. Right? You use that code NBK and you get $20 off of your first purchase. Also, if you're a PUMA fan, in the description of this video, there's a link. Some good deals. Click on that link, you get some good deals. So make sure you check that out. Subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Ring that notification bell. You'll be notified whenever I go live, drop a video, or post in my community section. And if you're on Sportscaster, follow me on Sportscaster there. Big shout out to Marty Knicks. And Marty, I'm not exactly sure about this. I mean, thank you for the super chat, but I'm not exactly sure what you were saying here. You said, my wife's boyfriend and I'm just going to leave that alone and let you go ahead and whatever. I don't know. Love watching this show together. Can't believe we won. Fire Fit's on hold. Yeah, I think Fire Fit is on hold. It's on hold because you've seen some stuff tonight. You've seen a little bit more of what people have been asking for tonight. Better adjustments. Not in-game adjustments, just better adjustments from game to game. I'll say that. And learning, you played this team last time and you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Now this time you played them and you won by 20, right? You blew them out because you made some adjustments from the last game. Let's see if we can start getting these adjustments in game too, right? Mr. GQ NYC said, "What's up, chat? What's up, Sim? Let's go, Knicks." I appreciate you, Mr. GQ NYC. Thank you for the super chat. Hector Gaston, you said, with 6 games left until we reach 20 games, do we get another press conference from Steven Scott? It's a good question. We're coming up to a very challenging part of our season. And let's see how we perform. If we don't perform well, we're getting smacked, then maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get another press conference. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Mr. GQ, thank you for the super chat. You said, do we think RJ can still win Rookie of the Year? I think he's still in the running and can win Rookie of the Year. He's still in the running. All right, listen, he's played. If the Knicks start playing better and getting some wins under their belt, he'll definitely be in the running for Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? But regardless if he wins Rookie of the Year or not, RJ Barrett is going to be a player for some time. That kid can just flat out play basketball. And he plays basketball without making a lot of mistakes on the floor. You know what I mean? He doesn't make like a lot of rookie mistakes on the floor. This kid he plays with a high basketball IQ. He's got a good, strong body. We got a big future with RJ Barrett, man. Big future with RJ Barrett. And yeah, does he win Rookie of the Year? I don't know. I don't know if he wins Rookie of the Year or not. But the kid is serious, and he's serious. Let me just say that. Call in, ladies and gentlemen, 516-405-2246. Armando Chico, thank you for the super chat. He said, is Randle a better second option? On this team, is he a better second option on this team or on another team? On this team, up to this point of the season, Marcus Morris has looked like the best option. But if Randle, and I'm not saying scores 30 points every night, right? Of course, if he's going to score 30 points every night, people are going to say he's the best option. But what I'm saying is if Randle can play the way he played tonight, being patient, letting the offense come to him, passing the ball when he doesn't see the lanes open, then I don't know. Because if he does that, then more lanes are going to open for him. This is one of the hardest things to get players that have talent. It's one of the hardest things to get them to understand that if you move the basketball and then you move your body, more lanes are going to open up for you. You're going to get more opportunities for you to shoot the ball. A lot of people believe, a lot of players feel like, oh, I'm going to pass the ball to him and then he's going to get the shot. What so many players don't understand, especially if you are a really good scorer, the ball is going to gravitate to you. Trust me. It's going to gravitate to you somehow, some way, especially if your teammates trust you. Right? So that's what Randle has to understand. Yeah, I can move the ball. I can let other people get theirs off because eventually it's gonna gravitate back towards me, and I'll get mine. But when it does gravitate towards me because everybody else is getting off, it's gonna be easier for me to score. I'll be able to go on one-on-one. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, Sim?
What's good with you, brother? I'm chilling.
Sure.
So talk to me, man. What you feeling about tonight, man? How'd you feel about the offense? Are you seeing some things that you think could be a staple of the offense?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of. I like the ball movement. I like that we're settling on a rotation. That I like the way the rotation's coming out. I mean, I was a Trier. I was rooting for Trier for all summer, but I mean, if we're working better without him, all right, you're off the road. I like the fact that we're not featuring RJ like we were as much. I mean, we're letting him flow into the game. I like, the development of Frank is a beautiful thing. We've been waiting the last 2 years to see it, and now we're seeing a steady product, only getting better. I mean,
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, and I'm going to ask guys in the video chat too, because this is including myself. We're all, everybody seems to be in agreement that Frank is taking some steps forward. He's developing and becoming a better player. All right. But I want to read some things out to you about Frank Ntilikina this season. Obviously, he's scoring better, right? He's obviously scoring better. But let's take a look at this. You tell me, and I'm going to ask the guys in the chat, what's making Frank Ntilikina a better point guard today than last year? My man, can you hear me?
Well, yeah. I thought you were talking to the guys in the chat.
No, I'm talking to you.
With Frank, what I see is I just see confidence. I mean, that's all he was lacking last year. I mean, that's all he's lacked the entire time he came to the NBA is confidence. I really think that FIBA, going to FIBA and playing with that, and playing in real quality champion, you can't, on a losing team, you just don't get those moments. He actually
So
played winning basketball. He
okay,
followed his
so
life.
what to you?
Felt it.
What to you signifies confidence? What is it? Tell me what it is.
Just he's sure of himself. You know, like when you see him go to the basket, he knows what he's doing. Or he was, last year when you watch Frank come up the court, the minute he hit half court, he was getting rid of the ball. Now he's coming down, initiating the offense. He's attacking. If his guy gets in front of him, he rolls out and then sets up the offense. I mean, if he gets a lane on a guy, he's going to the hole. You know, he tried to yam on Kristaps. I mean, that's stuff we never saw. We were begging for him to just be assertive. Like tonight, he had Sexton on him. Sexton's a little guy, so every chance he got, he was going to the lane. If he got a chance to go, he went. Now he didn't always go in and overshoot or just throw up bad shots, but at least he was attacking. I mean, that alone is all we really need from him. I was never looking at Frank to be a superstar scorer, but I mean, guys like Tony Allen, Shane Battier, guys like that. Those guys played a long time in the league, and they weren't like super scorers. They were just defensive dynamos, and they add to championship teams because you need a guy who's going to go in and take that perimeter defender, the best perimeter player. And you're never going to shut a guy down in the NBA. The rules aren't even made for defensive guys to shut guys down. But if you can turn 31 into 26, hey, you win by 2. Hey, that's a great night. You did a great job.
All right. I want to ask the video chat the same question, man. I appreciate the call. All right.
No, thank you very much.
No doubt.
Good night,
All right.
guys.
Peace. Let me see. Let me come over here. Guillermo, I'm going to start with you, Guillermo. I want to ask you the question. All right. Guillermo, can you hear me? Guillermo, can you hear me? Maybe Guillermo can't hear me. Let me see. I'll come to Savvy. Savvy, can you hear me? Hey, yo, Savvy, my man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you believe that Frank Ntilikina is coming into his own as a point guard? I do. Do you believe that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. What is it that you are seeing from Frank Ntilikina that is confidence is one? I definitely agree. You can see the confidence on the floor. What else is it?
Speed. And when I say speed, I mean decision-making speed. He's decisive. Okay. He's not he's not uncertain or flinchy or hesitating like he used to. Actually, I want to use that word. There's a lot less hesitation. His motions are much smoother than they used to be. There used to always be, a little split-second pause, stop. Whenever he drove the ball, he would kind of stop for a second, look around, and then he would take action. And now you're seeing just smooth movements, just like the play I referenced earlier, the give and go, to score the first 2 points of the game.
Okay.
Like you can clearly see the moment he decided, okay, I'm facing up this matchup. Okay, instead of trying to cross him, I'm gonna make this easy pass. I'm gonna cut across around, beat him on the other end. Okay, and then lay it up and score that way, and it worked.
All right.
And he didn't stop to think, at any point in time, and he didn't telegraph what he was going to do.
Okay.
That was the biggest issue with his offense at the beginning, was even when he's not trying to shoot it, and he's trying to be aggressive and drive it in, he's telegraphing what he's going to do, and then people can prepare and then stop that. And then being stopped consistently would reduce his confidence, and it would just have its own self-perpetuating, sort of cycle going on.
Okay.
But now, not only is he being decisive, he's maintaining aggression.
Okay.
Okay.
And when you say aggression, you say what? When you say aggression,
like down the stretch, tenacity down the stretch.
Okay.
If we're down 10, 15 points, he's still attacking. If we're up, you know, he's still attacking. He's facilitating. He's making good passes. Okay. He's looking for guys at certain places. All right. And I appreciate that.
And, you know, a lot of, you know, what people are saying is good. And I'm glad this shows that Knicks fans are paying attention to watching, because even in the chat, you know, I see, you know, I seen a lot of the same things being said that you were saying. It's good, Knicks fans. You're paying attention and you're watching. Because I was really waiting for somebody to say, oh, he's taking more shots now. Right? I was waiting for someone to say that. Oh, he's shooting so much better now. I was really waiting for someone to say that. Right? Because in actuality, Frank is averaging less points this year than he did in his rookie year. His rookie year, Frank averaged 5.9 points per game. He's averaging 5.2 so far this season. Right? In his rookie year, Frank took 6.4 shots per game. In his second year, he took 6.6 shots per game. This year, he's only taking 5.5 shots per game. In his rookie year, Frank shot 36.4% from the field. This year, he shoots 36.1%. In his rookie year, Frank shot 31.8% from three. This year, he's shooting 32.1%. In his rookie year, Frank averaged 0.9 free throw attempts per game. This year, he's averaging 0.8 free throw attempts per game. All right. This year, Frank is averaging 3.3 assists per game. In his rookie year, he averaged 3.2 assists per game. All right. So if you're gonna try to base things on numbers, you won't see that, because the numbers are gonna almost look identical. As a matter of fact, he's taking less shot attempts this year than in the past.
Exactly.
Right. But it is about what you see from him. It's the confidence. It's the energy. It's the fact that he's he's obviously stronger and he's faster. Right. Viv says almost no more telegraph passes. That's true. Almost no more telegraph passes. Now, you know, he averages 1.2 turnovers per game. Last season, he averaged 1.3 turnovers per game. The season before that, his rookie year, he averaged 1.7 turnovers per game. Really, the biggest jump with Frank Ntilikina, this season, he averages 1.5 steals. Last year, he was 0.7. The year before that, he was 0.8.
Simeon, I gotta say this, right? As a Knicks fan, right, who loves basketball, right, understands the game at least to a minimal consumerist standpoint, right? Like, you watch a lot of losses, so you derive all your enjoyment from observing the way that the players are developing on your team, because that's what gives you hope for the future to keep on watching, right? So any Knicks fan should be an expert on how, especially the point guards, are playing and making their decisions and performing. Because every time we have a dope point guard, we do well.
Right.
Every time. You know, I mean, I haven't been watching as long as some people, so, you know, I could be wrong.
I hear you.
Proven wrong by some people, but I feel like there's a strong correlation between strong, dependable point guard and the way that everything is happening out there, on the floor across the season.
Yeah, 100% of the time. And Savvy, I do want to tell you, man, your camera is looking real clear and crispy, man. I like that. You know,
hey, thank you, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, you got the right lighting set up, and you know, a lot of people don't understand. You know, you got to have the right light and all that. Your camera's looking good, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I've been doing a thing. I do a soft light from behind, and then I do a stronger light from the front. Okay. I get that angle, and then you could see.
There you go. Good, see that? Hey, everybody, study how to get the light right so that you look good when you come up on camera. Savvy's doing the work. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that, man.
Hey, you know, gotta look good for the show, man. This is nothing but Knicks, man. This is an amateur hour.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. It's not amateur hour. We got to do it. We got to do it right. You know what I'm saying? But, ladies and gentlemen, Julius Randle is not the only Knick to score 30 points tonight. Our guy, Iggy, he did his thing in the G League tonight. Right? Iggy scored 30 points tonight in the G League. I want to take a look at Iggy doing his thing down here in the G League. Let's take a look. You see Ignaz Brusdikas right now. You see him on a fast break, coming down, going to the cup. Ignaz Brusdikas playing for the Westchester Knicks. You see Iggy stand outside the arc. He lets it go. Bang. And it's very good. I think it's good for Iggy to be getting this work down in the G League, ladies and gentlemen. Iggy goes to the basket, lays it in. He had 36 points tonight. You see him one more time. Goes to the cup again. Lays it in through contact. Big shout out to Ignaz Brusdikas. You see Iggy again. Everything's going right now. It looks like it's going from the right side of the floor to the left, but that's all good. That's all good. Ignaz Brusdikas on the break. My man thought he was going to block it, but it wasn't happening. Iggy from three. Bang. Knocks it down. Iggy with the offensive rebound. Goes back up. Energy personified. That's Ignaz Brusdikas for you, ladies and gentlemen. Iggy from three again. That's deep. Bang. He knocks it down. Iggy in the post. Back. Turns. Nice drop. Step. Back towards the basket or away from the basket. Lays it in. Another nice move to the cup. Lays it in. But you see Iggy doing his work in the G League. It's a good thing that the Knicks got this guy under contract, because if he was in the G League doing his work, somebody would be ready to pick him up. Bam. Iggy from three. Knocks it down. Wait for Iggy to get his confidence up. Iggy to the cup. Nice move and a scoop. See it again. So nice, you got to see it twice. That's what my boy Clyde Frazier would say. Iggy goes to the cup. Lays it in. These guys can't stop him in the G League, ladies and gentlemen. You see Iggy get the rebound. Killing the G League is Iggy, man. That's personified. Energy personified. Big shout out to Ignaz Brusdikas for killing the G League. And although the Westchester Knicks didn't come up with the win, Ignaz Brusdikas did his thing. All right, scored 36 points tonight. While the Westchester Knicks dropped that one, Ignaz Brusdikas did his thing. And, we can only hope that he's going to get his chance to do that in the NBA, play a little bit in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? We would love to see him do this in the NBA a little bit. Now, I want to ask this question. Alonzo Trey is not getting much playing time. He got a DNP tonight. Right? Zoe got a DNP. Any chance that you see Zoe go play in the G League and Iggy come up and play in the NBA and get some minutes? I don't know where he would fit, behind, you got Kevin Knox and you got Marcus Morris. You got whoever else can play that three spot, or is he just going to chill in the G League for this season? What do you think about that, Savvy?
Oh, man. I want to say I really doubt it on the basis of talent, but I don't want to deal him away. And I see that we have, a bit of crowding at in terms of guards. So, and Dotson's playing like he really wants to get in rotation. So I wouldn't be surprised on the basis of just having to manage our roster and our depth chart, of players, because we have such a surplus of players on the roster. But I don't want to see it. I will say this though. It'd be good for him to go back and work on a few like fundamental gaps in his game. You feel me? When it comes to court vision, and also when it comes to defense also. Feel me?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with Zoe, man.
I'm just puzzled. Like, I don't know why he's not being played. Wayne Ellington is being played. Dotson is being played, and he's playing well, for the minutes he's being given.
Yeah. Right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Damian Dotson. The only thing that I can think of is this. The only thing I can think of is that Damian Dotson and Wade Ellington play the style of basketball that Fizdale wants from a shooting guard. The only thing I can think of right now. They're not the kind of guards that need to have the ball on their hand and create. They're the kind of guards that run off screens, right? The kind of guards that are catch and shoot. Those
Right.
type of things. Knock down 3-point shooters, catching the ball off their toes and going up, bang. That's the
And
only
rhythm.
thing that I can think of. And
Yeah.
rhythm, right. That's the only thing that I can think of. Only thing I can think of. We'll see how. Go ahead.
Zoe, I thought that just the tenacity and like the attitude in his game would be of appeal to Philadelphia. I really thought that, like, especially look, when did we first get him? Like 2 years ago, last year.
Last season. He was a rookie last year.
Last year, you look at how time is illmatic, man.
Yeah.
But
You're right. Time is illmatic, man.
For real. But
No doubt.
But I seemed like he was the darling.
Right. Him and Mitch, Kevin Knox was
Yeah.
kind of like the forgotten guy, and it was Zoe and Mitch. Kevin
Yeah.
Knox was kind of
And that was the
forgotten.
weird thing about last season. Our first rounder kind of played like a second rounder. Our second rounder emerged to be like, yo, this guy could have been the first rounder. And then Alonzo Trier and Damian Dotson were kind of like just two guys that showed you that they had something, and you could see them sharpening.
Yeah.
Right. But then the fire that Alonzo Trier had, and the way that he took over some of those games,
Yeah.
and dropped 30 or something like that. I was like, oh, Fizdale's gonna love this guy. I don't know what happened, but
I don't know. And I was talking with someone earlier today on a phone call when I was doing the game preview, and they were kind of saying that maybe Alonzo Trier has lost some of his confidence, lost his way. Maybe he's not exactly sure what is expected of him on the floor. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's very hard to say right now, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with Zoe and with Coach Fizdale and everything. I don't know. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks had a big victory tonight as they defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Garden. And they defeated them in blowout fashion, ladies and gentlemen. They defeated them in blowout fashion. And you can see, I let that commercial go. I didn't want to let that commercial go. But here goes the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. You got a little commercial. It is what it is. You see right off the bat, Julius Randle finds Frank Ntilikina. Julius Randle's averaging 3.9 assists on the season. All right, Taj Gibson with a couple of follow-ups. To put it back, Taj Gibson, he always plays well for the most part. Taj Gibson does his part. Colin Sexton, he had 31 points the last time the Knicks seen the Cavaliers. He came out to try to say, hey, I'm going to get it done again. Scored the first few points for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Knicks wasn't letting that happen this time. They weren't letting that happen. They did a better job defending Colin Sexton, using traps. They did a better job not switching off, as you see Mook Morris knocked down a little mid-range jumper. Colin Sexton, again to the cup, lays it off to Tristan Thompson, who puts it in. But the Knicks, they wasn't having it tonight. Julius Randle finally had the kind of game that deserves $63 million if he can do it all the time. Julius Randle, once again, dribble, step back, bang, knocks it down. Right to the cup, comes back around, pulls it, bang. We were just talking about Frank Ntilikina and his confidence. That's an example right there of how Frank Ntilikina is confident. Julius Randle with the step back jumper. See Dennis Smith Jr. to Julius Randle again, pulls it up. Julius Randle did a much better job tonight recognizing his lanes. A much better job recognizing when people are trying to double team, when to get the ball out of his hands. Colin Sexton, little pull up in the lane. The Knicks up 26-12. Julius Randle once again to the cup. Julius Randle had 15 points in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. He had 23 points by halftime. Thought maybe he was in tune for a 40-point night. Jordan Clarkson knocks down the three to try to keep the Cleveland Cavaliers close. Damian Dotson, we were just talking about that, man. He knocks it down. That was a 2, ladies and gentlemen. But he knocks it down. Damian Dotson, he's gaining confidence too. Mitch Robinson, he's coming to the league with confidence. You know, the big shot blocker for the Knicks. We need that guy down there. Glad he's here. Glad he's back. Glad he was able to play tonight off of that ankle injury. Damian Dotson again to the cup. Lays it in. Damian Dotson, he had 11 points on the night. And he's gaining confidence as we go. Coach Fizdale likes what he sees from Damian Dotson. As you see, Kevin Porter Jr. gets blocked by Mitchell Robinson. Damian Dotson on the break. Pulls it back out. Damian Dotson kicks it to Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr., boom. Not many guys going to stay in front of Dennis Smith Jr. when he's got you one-on-one. Dennis Smith Jr. hasn't been looking the same all season, though. I got to say. Kevin Porter Jr. knocks down the three. The Cleveland Cavaliers were hot from three tonight. They were 17 for 36 from the three-point line, 47.2%. They knocked down another one. Bang. 36-31. They tried to keep it close. But the Knicks, they weren't going to have it tonight. Damian Dotson again to the cup. Knicks weren't having it tonight. Frank Ntilikina kicks it to Julius Randle. He was hot from three. He made 3 of 5 3-pointers tonight. The Knicks continue to extend that lead. See Mook Morris gets the ball in the post, spins back to the basket, lays it in. The Knicks up by 9 at this point in the second quarter. The Knicks are going to go up by more. Bang, Wayne Ellington, he knocks one down. He hasn't really been shooting well. He was one of the guys we brought in to shoot well, along with that guy, Bobby Portis. Neither one of them been shooting well from three this season. They knocked down a couple of them tonight. Frank Ntilikina finds Julius Randle. Julius Randle goes to the cup. Julius Randle had 8 points in that second quarter for 23 by halftime, as I told you before. The Knicks had built a 19-point lead before they let Cleveland kind of make a run and get back into it just before halftime. Like the Knicks up 54-39 at this point as Mook goes to the cup, spins, he puts it in. R.J. Barrett had me stuttering a minute, kicks it back out to Julius Randle. Bang, he knocks it in. Julius Randle, like I said, he had 30 points on the night. The Knicks up 60-39. Sexton, he goes to the cup. Sexton had 31 points the first game. He only had 14 points tonight. He only shot like 37-38% from the field, too. You see Frank Ntilikina kick the ball off, dip it off to Bobby Portis. Put a little floater in the lane. Frank Ntilikina, again, in the lane. Takes it up, lays it in. Frank Ntilikina, he might try to dunk on you every once in a while, but for the most part, he's going to lay it in. Good lay by Frank Ntilikina. But the Cleveland Cavaliers are sticking around. They keep sticking around. Ends up being a 13-point lead by halftime. Getting to the third quarter, the Knicks up 15, 66-51. They continue to apply pressure as Julius Randle finds R.J. Barrett along the baseline for the dunk. Frank Ntilikina gets inside, little dribbles, finds Taj Gibson for the dunk, and the Knicks go up 70-51. Knicks are playing ball, ladies and gentlemen, playing nice, aggressive defense, and you got to love when they're playing aggressive defense. Right. Colin Sexton up the floor. Kevin Porter Jr. up the floor, full court. You don't like that kind of transition defense. You need better transition defense than that. Julius Randle gets the ball over to R.J. Barrett, who knocks down a three. And that's what I'm talking about with Julius Randle tonight. Instead of forcing that, previous games he would have forced it. Instead, he kicked it to R.J. Barrett. Now R.J. Barrett on the break, he lays it in. Instead of just letting the ball be a backcourt, he goes and takes it full court, gets the layup. 77-57, Knicks up 20 with 6 minutes left in the third. Darius Garland, he knocks down the three. That's what's going to happen when you switch. Big guy's going to have trouble guarding those little guys. Mook Morris knocks down the mid-range and gets fouled. The Knicks up 80-60. Kevin Porter Jr., bang, he knocks it down from three. Like I said, they were hot from three all night, but they kept turning the ball over and letting the Knicks build their lead. Damian Dotson, he steps back. Right after that, knocks down the three. Now it's 90-67 Knicks. Cleveland Cavaliers get a rare fast break with Jordan Clarkson. But the Knicks are up big. They're up by 21. Kevin Knox, he finds Bobby Portis. Kevin Knox didn't have the best of nights. And for the past few games, Kevin Knox has been struggling just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Tonight, he did have 6 points. He was 3 for 10 from the field, Kevin Knox. Dennis Smith Jr., trying to find Dennis Smith Jr., see what's up with him. He's in the game right now. Sets a screen for Kevin Knox to go to the basket, who lays it in. There's Garland, a couple trips behind the back. He gets it to roll. The Knicks up big in the fourth quarter, 96-73, the first time all season. Kevin Knox on the break. He lays it in. All right. Julius Randle, he comes up the field, he comes up the court. He pulls it up at the top of the key. 100-73 Knicks. The biggest lead all season that the Knicks have had. So they had to feel good. They had to feel great. Julius Randle, again, nice little left-handed. He is left-handed. Scoop under the basket. Nice move. Knicks up 102-78. There's Garland, comes down. He goes to the cup. Nice little scoop to the basket. The lead is big. Cleveland Cavaliers are still trying to fight, but the Knicks weren't going to let them get back in the game. R.J. Barrett, nice strong take to the basket. He lays it in. Got to love R.J. Barrett's strength. R.J. Barrett, once again, strong take to the basket. He misses, but Mitchell Robinson is there for the putback. Mitchell Robinson had 8 points tonight. 7 points and 5 and 8 rebounds tonight was Mitchell Robinson. But Mitchell Robinson, the screen and roll with Mitchell Robinson is becoming a staple of this offense, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks good. You see Frank Ntilikina contest Kevin Porter Jr., but he knocks it down anyway. Still good defense by Frank. The Knicks are up big here in the fourth quarter. Frank Ntilikina, again, another contest. It's right there, but the guy knocks it down. Very similar to what Homeboy did from the Charlotte Hornets the other night. The R.J. Barrett to the cup. To Mitchell Robinson, who missed the dunk, but he gets it back and puts it back in. And the Knicks run away with this victory, ladies and gentlemen. The best feeling victory of the season for the New York Knicks. The best feeling victory of the season for the Knicks. Nice win, very good win for the New York Knicks as they defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they're on to the next one because the next game is a tough one. The next one is very tough. They've got to play the Philadelphia 76ers as they embark on the toughest stretch of this young season. The toughest stretch of the young season. So I want to break this down into 3-game increments. That's what I want to do. I want to break it down into 3-game increments. And we'll look at the next 3 games and look at our chances of winning. Because we've been looking at the Knicks record, and not their record, we've been looking at the Knicks schedule that we've been looking at, so far down the road. I have been. It's my fault. I'll take the blame. But we've been looking far down the road. Taking the 3-game increments. Because if I were David Fizdale, that's what I'd do. I'd say, obviously, you're going to look at the next game because that's what you're planning for, right? But I'd say, let's look at the next 3 games and see what we can do. The Knicks are 2-3 over the last 3 games. We haven't been able to put together any back-to-back wins, but they're 2-3 over the last 3 games. Okay? I'll take that all day. The Knicks can go 2-3 over 3-game stretches all the time, all season long. Take it all day. All right, 2-3 over the last 3 games. They beat the Dallas Mavericks. Now they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, so now we're on to some tougher competition. The Philadelphia 76ers. And the Philadelphia 76ers, they're a tough team to play, ladies and gentlemen. Without a doubt, you know it. We all know it. All right, they are a tough team to grapple with. How do we beat the Philadelphia 76ers? That's what I want to know from you. What do we have to do to beat the Philadelphia 76ers? The Philadelphia 76ers, they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. Cleveland Cavaliers won the second game of a back-to-back. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. I'm going to get back to the Philadelphia 76ers, though. I jumped forward a little bit. Because I want to look at the next 3 teams, and then we'll talk about the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, so the next 3 teams that we play. First and foremost, we play the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, then after we play the 76ers, we play the San Antonio Spurs. All right, so right now the Knicks are 4-10 on the season. Looking at the next 3 games, the 76ers, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Brooklyn Nets. So I just want to look at those 3 games right now. Those 3 games. 76ers is going to be tough. We know that. They're going to be a tough team to beat. San Antonio Spurs, we played them the first game of the season. We had a lead in the fourth quarter. We were right there in the fourth quarter. We had a lead. The Brooklyn Nets, we played them. We had a lead in the fourth quarter, right there. We could have won, but we lost. Now we get a chance to play both these teams at home. Philadelphia 76ers were playing them for the first time. I want to look at these 3 games. After these 3 games, we'll focus on the next 3. Philadelphia 76ers. How do we beat the Philadelphia 76ers? That's my question to you right now. Because it's obviously not easy. They got a lot of size. A lot of size. They're a team that is expected to be an Eastern Conference contender. All right? Expected to be an Eastern Conference contender. Guillermo, I'm coming to you, man. I want to know. What do we got to do? How do we beat the Philadelphia 76ers?
I mean, you got to shut down Ben Simmons, man. That's their bread and butter, man. And when he's able to get the ball around, move the ball around, the guys. Look, I think Joel Embiid's a solid player. I like him a lot, but he can get into bad habits where he's trying to take too many perimeter shots. He's not in a post a lot. He can, as physical as he is, he get trapped in a double team, stopped, and make bad passes. But Ben Simmons, this is a guy time and time again. One thing about Ben Simmons is that he doesn't allow himself to just literally just take the ball from top of the key or just take the ball up from half court or whatever. He's a guy that he moves around, and I know that he's not a good shooter. He likes to get the ball where he can just cut to the basket, where it's a decision to block him out. So I think the Knicks are probably going to go zone. They're probably going to go 2-3 zone and try to force maybe a guy like Tobias Harris to try to shoot him out the gym, which could hurt them. But, Tobias Harris is probably their third best scorer, or tertiary scorer, tertiary best player. Not say scorer, but third best player for the team. So to me, man, you got to shut down Ben Simmons. You cannot allow him to be a factor where he's facilitating, getting, those second chance rebounds, driving to the basket. Because once that happens, man, once he gets on the fast break, man, it's kind of hard to stop him. A 6'7", hybrid of a player. So to me, stop Ben Simmons, harass him. If he's taking the ball up the top of the key, back off him, force him to shoot. If he has a ball and fast breaks, if you can force him to one side to kind of slow down his momentum, maybe even try to trap double team him before he's able to get into the open space in the middle of the court. And on Joel Embiid, man, double team him when he's trying to make that move down low. Double team right before he makes that little turn. Force him to try to pass out the double team. Unfortunately, force him to become a perimeter shooter. Is he a capable perimeter shooter? Yeah, but he can not. He's not Sabonis. I always joke when I say Arvydas Sabonis. He's just one of my favorite Euro players from back then. But just force him to become that type of player because that's not really what he is. Even though he could do it, but he sometimes falls in love with his shot as we were trying to get back on the block. So those are my keys to the game.
Okay, all right. City. How do you think we beat Philadelphia?
It's going to be rough, but play good defense, hit our free throws, and then make somebody go nuts. Like, make somebody go ham. Make somebody try to play hero ball and shut down the rest of the team. Doesn't matter whoever else it is. Doesn't matter which player it is on Philadelphia that we can make them go ham. But make somebody want to be the guy that wants to drop 50 and shut everybody else down. And do what we've been doing these last 2 games, although we lost one. But like I said, hit our free throws. Don't turn the ball over as much as we've been doing. And trust in what we need to do. those are real solid like keys to the game. Make somebody else go ham. Make somebody else feel like they need to be the star of the show and light up the night and shut everybody else down. I would be look. Let me tell you this. I would be okay with Embiid dropping 45 and us get the W. You know why? Because hey, so what? He dropped 45, but guess what? We got the win. So let's force somebody to suit up and put the cape on and want to play hero ball.
Okay. All right. And you know, that's kind of the strategy that I used that I wanted to do against the Dallas Mavericks. You know, is make Luka Doncic kind of go one-on-one, take the rest of the team out of the play, out of the game. Armando Chico, thank you for the super chat. You said Dotson plays more defense and I think is better from three. Well, you know what? Damian Dotson is definitely going to play a role against the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, the Philadelphia 76ers, just listen to this starting lineup. They got a tough starting lineup to deal with. You got Ben Simmons at point guard, Josh Richardson at shooting guard, Joel Embiid at center, Al Horford at power forward, and Tobias Harris at small forward. Those are some guys to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. You know, some tough guys to deal with. Ben Simmons, so far this season, he's averaging 13.7 points, 7.1 assists. He's shooting 56.9% from the field, 0% from three, which means he's not really attempting three-point shots. We need to use that to our advantage. We've got to use that to our advantage. So I'm really going to be paying attention to see what kind of strategy is Fizdale going to use against Ben Simmons. Josh Richardson, he's their shooting guard. He's shooting at 42% from the field. He's averaging 14.8 points per game, though. He's shooting 31.3% from three. That's the guy that we got to watch. RJ Barrett, that's your assignment. Obviously, Ben Simmons is going to be Frank Ntilikina's assignment. All right, Al Horford, power forward, just picked up from the Celtics. He's averaging 15 points and 7 rebounds a game, shooting 44.4% from the field, 31.6% from three. 4 assists a game as well for Al Horford, 1 block. And then, of course, you got Tobias Harris. All right, last game he had 27 points. Tobias Harris on the season, he's averaging 17.6, 7.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists. He's only shooting 25.5% from three, shooting 49.5% from the field. But trust me, that 25.5% from three is not going to last long for Tobias Harris. All right, he's going to catch fire, and we don't want it to be against the Knicks. And then, of course, you got Joel Embiid. All right, Joel Embiid, he's a monster. He's averaging 22.9 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game, 2.9 blocks per game. Shooting 46.9% from the field, and he's shooting 38.9% from three. Joel Embiid is 38.9% from three, 80% from the free throw line. He averages 1.4 blocks. They're a beast of a team that we got to deal with. There's no doubt about it. These guys are a beast of a team. You know, when they're starting five, how do they match up with our starting five? It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. The 76ers are 8-5 on the season. They average 109.8 points per game. They give up 106.7 points per game. They average 46.8 rebounds, 26.2 assists per game. A lot of those assists, obviously are coming from Ben Simmons. All right, they're 6-1 in the Eastern Conference. They're 1-0 in the Atlantic Division. So this is going to be, it's going to be a tough game for the Knicks. Going to be a tough game for the Knicks. What I want to see from the Knicks in this game is I want to see them come out and fight. All right, if they don't win, it's not going to be the end of the world for me. I want to see them come out and fight. Right, I want to see them come out and be there. Just be there. That's what I want. I want them to just be there and give themselves a chance to win. I think we've got to use some strategies. We got to find some unique strategies to use against Ben Simmons. The problem is, if you're going to put Frank Ntilikina on Ben Simmons, if that's what you're going to do, then you got to worry about Ben Simmons backing down Frank Ntilikina. right? You got to worry about Ben Simmons, scoring on Frank Ntilikina in the post because he can do that. You might want to put Marcus Morris on Ben Simmons. Maybe that's a strategy that you use. Maybe you put Marcus Morris on Ben Simmons. Look, Ben Simmons, ladies and gentlemen, he's 6'10", 240 pounds. So you're probably going to have to put someone like Marcus Morris on Ben Simmons. Or maybe you put, you're probably not going to put Julius Randle on Ben Simmons. So I think it would make sense to put Marcus Morris on Ben Simmons. And then you could put, then you could take and you could put, let me see, you could Tobias Harris. You can either put Frank Ntilikina, or you could put R.J. Barrett on Tobias Harris. You can put one of those two guys there. Josh Richardson, he's a 6'5" guard. Right? So, whichever one of those guys guards Tobias Harris, the other one can guard Josh Richardson. So I think you got to think about it that way. Forget about the positions. You're going to have to match him up with the size. Obviously, Joel Embiid, you're probably going to put Taj Gibson on Joel Embiid. You'll probably put Julius Randle on Al Horford. Tobias Harris, either, Frank Ntilikina or R.J. Barrett. And then on Ben Simmons, you got Marcus Morris. And then whoever is left going to be guarded by, what's his name? Their shooting guard, Josh Richardson, guarded by Frank Ntilikina or R.J. Barrett. I think that's the way that you got to go about it. That's how I think you got to go about it. I think that's going to be the smarter move. I think that'll be the smarter move instead of putting Frank Ntilikina on Ben Simmons. I think Frank Ntilikina is just too small. You say he's too fast for Morris? I don't know if he's too fast for Morris. He's 6'10". I mean, he's kind of fast, but he doesn't play with that much speed. You know what I'm saying? I think Marcus Morris would be okay. I think putting Frank Ntilikina on Ben Simmons might be the bigger issue. In my opinion. I think it might be the bigger issue because he is going to back. If you put Frank Ntilikina or R.J. Barrett, he's 6'10". He's the size of a power forward. You put him in the post against Frank Ntilikina or R.J. Barrett, he's going to back him down. I think Marcus Morris has better size. I think he'll be able to stay in front of him on the perimeter. He'll be okay on the perimeter, staying in front of him. Who else you going to put? You're not going to put Julius Randle on him. I think it's got to be Marcus Morris. That's my opinion. I think it's got to be Marcus Morris. Get to a couple phone calls. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, Sam?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing really well. I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So my question is, prior to this season, what do you think about tanking and try to get the first overall pick? Obviously, this season we have a problem with the point guard, so I was thinking about probably try to do yourself and try to get LaMelo Ball or Cole Anthony since he's from New York. I just want to know your opinion and your insight on that.
Yeah, I've never been a guy for tanking. I just think it promotes bad habits. You may get a team or two that does well with it, but I just feel like it promotes bad habits. I'd rather promote winning and try to win. Try to help to develop the guys that you have on your team. I don't feel like tanking develops the players that you already have on your team. Your young guys, R.J. Barrett, Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox. Those young guys, I don't feel like it helps them to develop, because if you're tanking and you're trying to lose on purpose, you're probably not working on good habits either. And you're not getting in those type of games, especially when you get closer to playoffs. The Knicks, I'm not saying they're going to be in the playoffs, but if they could put themselves in a position where they're at least fighting for a spot, the mentality, the preparation, all that stuff is different. You know what I'm saying? And with the way things are nowadays, I mean, the Knicks had the worst record in the league last year. They still ended up with the third pick.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true. Actually,
and you look at the
it ended with
Pelicans,
Tennessee
they
win,
jumped all the way up to the
but
first pick.
what?
I said, and then the Pelicans, they jumped all the way up to the first pick.
That is true. I don't know how that's possible, but let's leave that to the basketball god. But I hopefully we could try to shoot for 25 games. The reason why I called and brought up this question is because watching the NBL and obviously watching LaMelo elevating his game, I feel like, you know, the next year draft, I think LaMelo will be the the answer that all of us Knicks fans are looking for. I don't know, just I feel like as a point guard, he has like the whole entire package. You know, like shooting long ranges, passing, even penetrating the floor, even being the floor general. I just feel like it was destined, like having LaMelo being our point guard. So that's the reason why I called you and asked you.
Okay.
Do you think LaMelo will be the right player, or what do you think about Cole Anthony? Just in case if we do end up with the first or second overall pick.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a lot of time to, just go ahead and really study those guys. I mean, I've seen them both play, but I haven't really broken them down and studied them. I'll say this is what I'm going to say. After these next, the next month and a half, we'll have a much better idea of what the Knicks are looking at for the remainder of the season. And I'll be looking at that. But I'm going to take some time, when it gets to that point and study those guys. But I haven't really looked at them that much right now, so I couldn't even answer your question.
All right, no, it's okay,
Yeah.
I'll call back within the next couple of months, and we'll see where we at with the picks next
Sounds
year.
good, my man. Appreciate you.
All right, bye.
Peace. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, subscribe to that channel. Smash that like button for me, please. Hit the like button. Right? Hit that like button. Share this out. Facebook, YouTube. Well, you're on YouTube, but share it out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Wherever you share it out to, share it out for me, please. I appreciate it. All right? My people who signed up to be an NBK ambassador, look for an email tomorrow so that we can have a meeting on Wednesday. I want to have a meeting and just talk about some plans that we have in place and some things that we want to do. All right. So look for that, and I'll send you a conference call number and all that kind of stuff for everyone who signed up to be an NBK ambassador, so we can talk some things. We can discuss some things. All right. The Knicks play the Philadelphia 76ers on Wednesday, and it'd be nice to see if we can put together a 2-game win streak. We haven't done it all season long. All right. Let's hope that we can get it done. I see Nate just joined us in the chat, joined us late. So I'm going to give him a chance to say what he thinks about this Philadelphia game, and then I'm out of here because my throat hurts. You probably can hear that I'm sick, not feeling well. So, Nate, go ahead, man. Tell me what you think about the 76ers game and how we can get this win.
Yeah, see, I disagree with you. I think that I would put Ntilikina on Simmons, more so for the fact is that Simmons does not utilize his size. You say post up, but I rarely ever see him post up. I mean, it's usually at the top of the key or driving to the basket.
I know.
I think Ntilikina can.
You know why you don't
frustrate
see him post up as much? Because teams put a bigger person on him. So,
they didn't have a shot either.
Right, but what I'm saying, teams, they usually match up size-wise. So they put a bigger, forward on Ben Simmons, and then Ben Simmons is like, okay, I got a forward on me. I could take him to the basket. That's why you don't see him post up much. Yeah. I've seen him post up. He's got some post moves. He can post.
But I'd rather take him in the post and have him shoot that whack-ass shot than than him on the top of the key trying to go by Frank. I think you're not giving Frank enough credit, man. I mean, look at Luka Doncic. I mean, yeah, he's not as tall as Simmons is, but he's about as big as Simmons.
I mean,
he frustrated the hell out of him.
But this is the thing. I mean, Luka, but he still had a triple-double every game that he played him, right? He still had a triple-double and scored 30-something points each game. No, but it's going to be a different style because Ben Simmons can operate out of the post. He can still get his assists out of the post, and he can score. See, Luka Doncic is 6'8", 6'7", 6'8". Ben Simmons is 6'10", 240.
I get it. I get it. I get he's taller, but like I said, his offense is terrible, man. I mean, really, all you have to do is just put a body on him and put your hand up, and more likely he's going to miss the shot. Now,
Yeah,
what
but
Frank can't do is he can't
right.
allow him to get to the cup.
But what I'm saying is, Frank, he's gonna post Frank Ntilikina up. I'm telling you,
I still
he can
think the
post.
chances of the post up because he can't shoot.
Huh? But he can shoot within 8 feet though. He can shoot within 8 feet. You know I just read it off. You know he's shooting 56% from the field. He doesn't shoot threes.
That's all dunks, probably, right?
He doesn't shoot threes, right? But he can shoot in the paint. He can score in the paint. He ain't knocking down a three on you, but he can score in the paint.
Well, and here's the reason why I say Frank's got to play Simmons is because I want Morris on Embiid. And Morris is an enforcer, and he can get under Embiid's skin, and that's how you defeat Embiid. You have to get under his skin. You have to frustrate him. And I don't know if Taj Gibson can do that. I think Morris can because Morris is that type of guy. I mean, I honestly think that's one of the reasons why we signed Morris this offseason was to go up against a guy like an Embiid, to rough him up, to, get in his head.
Yeah, I mean, we put Marcus Morris on KP because KP is much thinner than Joel Embiid, right? And KP doesn't post up. KP goes out, KP wants to shoot the ball from the perimeter. Joel Embiid is going to post, and he is huge. Have you seen the size of Joel Embiid?
But what I'm saying is you can frustrate Embiid because Embiid can get bothered very quickly. If you watch games in the past, especially when he had Horford on him at times, or Whiteside, he would get frustrated by that. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, honestly, this is a mismatch for us all the way around. I mean, it's going to be tough to win this game. Not saying the Knicks can't do it, but I mean, I don't see it happening. I think the Sixers are just too talented, and I mean, I didn't watch the game tonight, but I'm, I don't know. Did you see Ignaz get 36 on the Westchester?
I seen it.
Dude, that looked good. Hey man, maybe he needs to get some playing time with us.
I seen it. I don't know, man. I think that I think that we're probably gonna see I think last year, as a matter of fact, who did he put on Ben Simmons last year? I forgot. He put one of the forwards on Ben Simmons last year. I don't remember who it was. Noah Vonleh. He put Noah Vonleh on Ben Simmons last year.
But the thing is too, Sim is that with big guys, I mean, you can usually, they hate smaller guys. They hate pest. And I think, I'm telling you, man, I think Frank, I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think Frank, man, I'm not saying put him on one-on-one the whole time. Help him out if needed. But, I mean, I'd give it to Frank, man. I mean, because we don't have a Noah Vonleh at that size, of that kind of athleticism.
Man, I don't know, man.
Athletic.
I don't know. Hey, but Nate, I appreciate it, man. I'm about to head up out of here. Yeah. And, I do see, this, dumb user or, person in the channel. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have stupid people like this all over the place. Obviously, I'm going to report this to, I'm going to report it to YouTube, and hopefully they'll do whatever they do. But do the best we can to try to ignore these people, and we can hopefully keep them out of the chat, right? You know what I mean? And people are going to come in and do all this crazy stuff. You know what I mean? What can you do about it? You got stupid people all over the world. Just as long as you don't take it as everybody is the same, everybody's going to do, whoever put this in there, is going to be other people that are in this chat that would support that because they're not. Okay, this is just one dumb, stupid person. Right? But anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here with me, and, hopefully it doesn't happen again. All right? But the Knicks play the Philadelphia 76ers tomorrow or Wednesday night. And it's going to be a big one for us, man. Let's hope that we can go get this victory. Be nice. I'm not looking forward to be a victory. I'm not going to say it's going to be a victory, but I want to fight I want it to be a good game. I want to see a lot of the stuff that we've seen tonight. I'm saying we see a lot of the stuff that we've seen tonight. Even if we don't win the game, we can say, hey, you know what? Played a good game. We fought. That's improvement. That's improvement. Then we play Philadelphia. Then we play San Antonio. Then we play Brooklyn. Both of those games at home, games that we can win. We can win those games for sure. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can win those games for sure. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, D. Grant, you said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, Sim," or is it that idiot saying those words? Don't worry about it, D. Grant. I'm not worried about that guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, that guy is a dumb knucklehead, whoever. I'm not worried about that guy. All right. I appreciate you guys for being on with me. I will do a game preview tomorrow, so make sure you check out the game preview. I'll be doing that game preview at 2 o'clock tomorrow. All right, so make sure you check me out. You'll get a notification. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can get that notification, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm out of here. Be peaceful. Have a good night. And I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow, man. I'm out of here.
That's the G.
Hey. Oh.